Om-Arapa-Shanavi. Also said Om-Arapa-Shanavi. Om-Arapa-Shanavi. And that would translate as sound of the universe, or yes. O, cause, effect, grant, or drink, or serpent, or imitate, negate, prayer, understanding, reflection, prayer or understanding or reflection. Okay. I noticed that the Turkish man and the Italian were in the middle the whole time. I heard running water. They pulled up a fountain, and I watched scenes upon its waterfall like a screen. The sounds of running water faded till I was done seeing the three scenes. The first of the skies throughout the day, night, and seasons passing over three women, a maiden, a mother, and a crone, stood on a hill with red and yellow stones. A woman dressed in green with golden jewelry was the subject of the second scene. She had to enter a river that seemed to come from the mountains and deep in the earth at the same time. She didn't know when to enter it, as it would be a refreshing and clean at one time, and a blue hot flame at another. It was hard to tell by appearance which was which. The third scene of a man with a metallic orange shield and sword. The third scene was of a man with a metallic orange shield and sword. He cut off the head of a priestess who wore a mask made of green earth. She winked repeatedly as he died. People had come out to watch and seemed to fear her power as she winked. When it stopped, they knew they were free. Then I heard the water again. The terrible figure, dressed in bright colors like red, orange, and yellow, performed his circle rite again. I awoke calm, but with a fast beating heart. I rolled over and went back to sleep for almost 3 hours. I give it the following interpretations. The can of worms is release and surprise. It felt like there was more to the vague repetitions I saw, but didn't know what. 3 is a number of multiplicities, but in Eckankar it would mean a symbol. But in Eckankar it would mean the third or causal plane, along with the tinkling of bell sounds. Rhodonite is a symbol of love and well-being. Here, it would be increasing self-worth while going past the first heaven, or the astral plane, on the way to the second heaven, or the causal plane. The red-orange granite is of durable establishment. Such should be the memories of a spiritual purpose. The outer set of pyramids was as my aspirations around my sun sign. That is the success that surrounds me, that I should have dominion over. That is the sixth of discs, attaining to the attributes of the Two of Wands. The inner set of 6 pyramids was as, I must bring my failure and potential failures towards virtue. This is the 7 of discs, attaining to the quality of the 3 of wands. The 8 sides of the temple in the center instead of 4 show that the completion lies in prudence. This is the 4 of wands blending into the 8 of discs. Dolomite is a symbol of self-realization and balance. The lamb and a horned ram are projections of Aries as a symbol of compliance, extra help, a breakthrough, a start, and an end. The strange and terrifying figure is a projection of a concept of Manjushriya, gently voiced one. As a bodhisattva, Eckankar, the Italian was a projection of Ismet Houdani. As an Italian Eckankar, the Turk was a projection of the idea of Shamsu Tabriz as an Eckankar. The right with the sword and lotus represents positive thinking and passion. The running water sound was called the sound of the causal plane in Paul Twitchell's The Spiritual Notebook. The scenes would typically be interpreted as past lives I had. I don't see any reason to interpret them as such. The first scene was as the first decanta of Aries, as triangulum, Mars, and Sun. That was as change is infertility, changes in fertility. That was as changes in fertility. One might be able to say it was a symbol of myself as unmarried, productive, and aging. I too go with the flow at times. The second scene was as the second decanta of Aries, as Eridanus, Sun, and Venus. Some are unsure about what leads to paradise or hell. All they know is something is as eternal. I often don't know quite how to relate to such people. The third scene is as the third decanta of Aries, as Perseus, Venus, and Mercury. The message of the prophets defeats the twists upon the natural faith. The battle is a spiritual one, as in true religion. One is cursed if fighting to force conversion. As far as one has been taken from evil to righteousness and from ignorance to enlightenment, there is no reason to fear.